So if you are looking to start programming and you don't know where to start, or you are already on a path and you don't know if that is the right one or the wrong one, this is 3 steps to get into programming. And note that I've been through the steps and I've seen the downside of not being. And before I've even gotten to this far into programming, before I used to learn a lot of languages that my hand would just pick up, from Python to Java to Dart to JavaScript, a lot of languages that I have learned lately. And to be honestly, I've used some of them, but most of them that I learned was now trash to me. It's even trash to me now. So if you want to get into programming, you cannot just stand up and start learning any languages that your hands can touch at the moment. I wanted to be a game developer, I wanted to be an app developer, web developer, and a lot all at the same time. So I couldn't do the right one, I couldn't follow the right path to get into programming, and that has slowed down my journey. So before I even get to the number one step, getting into coding, before I get into telling you number one, this is number 0.0. You can't be all at once. You take step by step. You can be one, then take to the other step and be the other one. So before this, put this in your mind that you can't be all at once. So based on what I've said earlier, you should already guess what the number one step is going to be. So step one, before you get into programming, is just choose the type of niche that you want to do. So the niche in programming could be web programming or web development, the app development, that is you creating native app for either Android or iOS, the AI, going to game development. There are a lot of niches in programming, or should I say branches and uses of programming. So if you want to do app or web development or maybe AI, every single one has its particular language that is best for it. Although most languages now are now versatile, but everyone has its pros and cons to facing a particular niche in programming. So if you want to get into programming, choose a particular part or niche in programming that you want to do. For me, instance, I do web development, so I had to learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, which is the main language of web development now. So if you want to do programming, you choose what you want to do. Step two, after picking the programming niche, is learning the languages associated with it. So assuming you pick web development, you need to know JavaScript, so you will learn JavaScript to get into learn web development. Assuming you pick mobile apps and mobile app development, iOS, you need to learn iOS related stuff. If it is Android, you need to learn Java, or better still, you can choose Flutter, which you can develop both Android and iOS apps at the same time. So step two is actually sticking to what you've chosen and learning the language associated with it. So this is where you really utilize YouTube and other courses that you can take. Udemy or Coursera are also a good choice. So this is where you learn the actual language. You need to take this step really serious, because you are now learning the language after choosing the programming language or the niche that you want. And afterwards, you go to step three, that is actually putting in practice, and developing more and more projects for yourselves, and cloning existing projects if you don't have projects, but you need to get projects, so you clone other projects and also do your own personal projects and prepare your portfolio as well. So step three is actually putting everything that you learn into practice over here. So over this step is where everything you learn during the whole steps you put into practice by building portfolio and doing your own projects as well. So thank you. My name is Johnny, and hello world.